Howdy, and welcome to Group 13's TED Talk on why adding high performers to a team doesn't guarantee better results. Imagine you're the general manager of a championship football team. One day, the league's biggest superstar becomes available. They have the highest statistics, countless awards, and everyone agrees they're the best player that money can buy. The decision seems obvious. You sign them immediately, convinced your team is about to become unstoppable. But then the unexpected happens. Communication breaks down. People begin to fight for the spotlight. Roles become unclear, and trust was lost, signaling that the chemistry the group possessed began to fade. Instead of winning more games, the team actually performs worse. Most of us find surprising because we've been taught to believe that if one great employee is good, adding another should automatically make the team even better. But what if one of the biggest myths in organizational behavior was that? Today, I'd like to challenge that assumption. Research shows that adding top performers to an existing team doesn't always improve performance. In some situations, it can actually reduce it. This idea begins with a Steiner's process loss theory, introduced in 1972. Steiner proposed a simple but powerful equation. Actual productivity equals potential productivity minus process losses. Potential productivity is what a team could accomplish if every member performed at their absolute best while working together perfectly. Unfortunately, that's almost never what happens. Instead, teams incur process losses that reduce their actual performance. Steiner identified two major types of losses. The first is coordination losses. As teams grow or become more specialized, members spend more time communicating, scheduling, clarifying responsibilities, and resolving misunderstandings. Even incredibly talented people can waste valuable time simply trying to stay coordinated. The second is motivational losses, also known as social loafing. People tend to contribute less to a group effort when they feel that they are responsible for only a part of that entire group effort. In other words, adding another talented employee doesn't simply add another unit of productivity. Sometimes it adds another layer of complexity. Research by Mueller enforces this idea. As teams grow larger, communication becomes more difficult, collaboration slows, and individual performance declines, even when everyone involved is highly capable. This isn't just a theory found in textbooks. Professor Boris Greisberg studied more than thousands of Wall Street's highest performing financial analysts. Companies believed that they could dramatically improve performance by hiring these star employees away from their competitors. But something surprising happened. After changing companies, many of these elite analysts experienced a decline in performance, and for many, the decline lasted for years. Did they suddenly become less talented? No. Their previous success depended on much more than their individual ability. It depended on trusted coworkers, supported leadership, organizational culture, established relationship, shared knowledge, and access to firm-specific resources. Interestingly, analysts who moved with their teams maintained a much higher success level than those who moved alone. That tells us something important. Sometimes the team carries the talent, not the other way around. This research is important ramifications for organizations today. Whether it's a hospital hiring a renowned surgeon, a technology company recruiting a brilliant engineer, or a business bringing in a top executive, organizations often assume that hiring exceptional people will automatically improve results. But if communication is poor, if trust is missing, or if team members don't understand one another's roles, even if the most talented employee, they may struggle to succeed. Amy Edmondson's research on team learning supports this conclusion. Her work shows that successful teams don't outperform others simply because they have the smartest people. They outperform because leaders create situations where people talk openly, they admit mistakes without fear, they learn from one another, and they can coordinate effectively. Culture often matters just as much as talent. So, what should leaders do differently? First, stop treating star employees as plug and play solutions. Before hiring a top performer, ask yourself, are we hiring exceptional individuals, or are we trying to buy a successful system that surrounded them? Second, invest just as much during onboarding and relationship building as you do in recruiting. Ensure that your new employees build trust with others in the team and strong working relationships with others. Third, stop measuring the success of your employees based on their individual performance. Recognize the importance of collaboration, mentoring, communication, and knowledge sharing in contributing to the success of your entire team. Finally, remember that if your goal is long-term company success, improving the team environment will often have a greater impact than simply hiring another superstar. So I'll leave you with one final thought. When we celebrate the extraordinary individuals who have conquered industries and set records that will last decades, organizational behavior researchers remind us that extraordinary organizations are built by extraordinary teams. Talent will always matter, but teams without the proper ingredients of trust, communication, and joint effort will find it difficult to reach their full potential. Instead of wondering if the best person for the job is the individual that we will hire, perhaps the better question for every leader is, how can we build the best team for the organization? Because talent will always attract the attention of the market and industry leaders. It is the ability of that team that will consistently win races and overcome challenges together. Thank you very much for coming to our TED Talk.